Good morning, everyone. It's nice to see all of you again. Thank you for joining us. We just on Saturday mornings we do chant practice for USA schedule, and I'd like to remind you. First of all, I'm grateful that you all come, and you've been coming regularly, and that's important for all of us. Because you're coming here makes the community, our little chant community, a little bit stronger each time. So let me give you a small tip. Okay? Since you took the time to come here, some of you is quite a long drive, and so when you sit, in particular during this silent sit here, whether it's Saturday morning or Sunday morning, during this practice here, very simple rule of thumb. You're supposed to sit still, don't move. Okay, so resist the temptation to move at all, physically. I notice some of you tend to slouch forward. Yes, you're tired. Yes, you're sleepy and everything. The whole point of this practice is for you to fight it. Take advantage of this time period here to fight your animalistic urges to slouch forward, to lean back, to relax, and to budge, because pardon me, because it doesn't feel comfortable. If your legs are still hurting, okay, it's a good thing. It's a good opportunity for you to just fight, even twitching, even moving a little to relieve the tension. Okay? That's what this is about. It's about the small inches, the small twitches, the slightest movement, physical, okay? Your body, your legs, your arms, your shoulders, your neck. Don't move. It's that simple. It's about fighting the urge to move. Yes, you may feel tired. I notice it's kind of early for most of you. You put in a long week's work, and now you have to get up and drive to the temple and quickly grab a cup of coffee. Anyone? Don't do that. Stop it. Don't drink coffee. Okay? Fight it. Okay? Coffee is no good for you anyway. Actually, I'll make a deal with you. You can come here like 5 minutes early and have some tea on us. Okay, we have plenty of tea for you. Wake yourself up, okay? And have some tea. Avoid coffee. Coffee is very bad for your nervous system. It attacks your nerve. Okay? Tea is okay because the Chan patriarchs, they drink tea. They all drink tea. So traditionally, you have this tradition, this history of drinking tea when meditating, and so you can tell it's not a bad thing for you. But coffee, I personally don't drink coffee. But if I drink coffee because it smells so good and it tastes good, especially Vietnam coffee, it's so tasty. Okay, and if I drink coffee, a little bit of Vietnam coffee, internally, you may not see it physically, but internally my head shakes. It's like this. Your nervous system is under attack. So I know it's not good for me. If it's not good for me, it's not good for you either. We wired the same way, okay? So I make a deal with you, okay? Get some tea. We'll make sure we stock up some teas for you. Come a little bit early, 5-10 minutes early, and have a cup of tea on us. okay? Or during the break, after you sit, get up and have some tea. That's okay. But during the sit, its rule of thumb is very, very simple. Fight the physical urge, the urge to physically move, that's all. Doesn't matter which level you are. I certify some of you as being advanced already, some of you are beginning, some of you are middle range and so forth, okay? It doesn't matter. It's about not moving at all for 58 minutes. That's all. Fight, and fight some more. That's all. Every single time. Do not take anything for granted, because the nature of the spiritual practice is that every single sit is different. You cannot take anything for granted. Because you may be at this level, certain level, your karmic obstructions still come and try to stop you. Or to make further progress. And you can gauge yourself. Just fight. Resist that urge. That's fundamental. Okay, I'm lax because I'm easygoing. It doesn't really matter. But it's for your sake. It's that simple a rule. Don't move. Don't lean forward. When you feel tired and sleepy, that's when you fight and keep on fighting and fighting. Okay? That's what Chan is about. Fighting your animalistic urges. If you can do that, okay, then you can be trusted. You are a superior person. You are a pillar to your family, to your neighborhood, to your company, to your country. Thank you. Okay? It's that simple. It's not about success, folks. Chan, let me remind you, it's about fighting. So, on Saturday mornings, on Friday night, and so forth, we have 1 hour together. And this is dedicated for all of us to fight it. I fight it too myself. I fight the urge to scratch my nose. Fight the urge, I'm sleepy. You know? The night before, I didn't even sleep. The jet lag still bothers me. Last night, I finally managed to sleep for 2 hours. So what do you think? I'm sleepy too, but I fight. I don't lean forward. Because it's what Chan is about. It's about fighting. It's not about success. There's no such a thing as success. It's about trying. When it's difficult, we try harder and harder and harder. It doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are. It's about fighting for yourself, for your wisdom. Because if you had a kind of mindset, what is that called? Anyone? What is that called? It's called? Begins with a V. Victory! No, you losers. What's it called? What else? For V vocabulary, V in your vocabulary, huh? V. Vigor. Yeah. Very good. That's it. Vigor. Starts with vigor. On Saturday morning, 9 o'clock, pop, pop, pop means be vigorous. See, we hit it 3 times, so you pop, pop, pop. because it's a reminder. It's so beautiful. The Chinese Chan patriarchs are so incredibly wise. Every single time we hit pop, 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 is as a reminder, work hard. It's that simple. We remind you every single sit, work hard. Let me translate it for you. Work harder. That's how we're going to beat the Chinese. The Chinese work hard. We're going to work harder than before. Harder than what? Than the last time. Got it? It's like, oh, what else do I need to do, Master? Give me some instructions. Work harder. You want more instructions? Work harder. Okay? Does it help? It's so fundamental. I like it when I see some of you got it. You work hard. I see how you wiggle a little bit because it really hurts and it bothers you. And I love it. I see you fighting like that. That's Chan right there. It's about struggling and not quitting. That's when you are more appreciated, because no matter how hard it is, you don't quit on your girlfriend, on your husband, on your children, on your students. You don't quit. You try harder and harder and harder. Only losers, why it's so hard? How come I practice and I still struggle so much? Because it's Chan, you idiot. You're supposed to struggle. It's funny. The Chinese, the Vietnam, the Japanese, especially the Zen people, what they do, they are so famous for being still, in the Zen hall. You're supposed to sit there. I visited this traditional Chan temples, and it's same tradition, Chan and Zen, same thing. They basically, I went to Taiwan, visited the traditional Chan halls, okay, where you have a hall like this, and you sit, and you all are facing the wall, okay? You sit against the wall. Okay? Okay? Not like this. This is too social. Okay? No, you sit against a wall. Okay? Everyone against a wall like this. And then you look at the wall. That's all you look. That's all you have. You cannot look around and see, who's doing what. You look at the wall, okay, and you sit there. If you move, there's a proctor who walks around with the 5 different types of wooden swords. This thick, I swear to God. No, not that heavy, but it's very thick. And this proctor walks around like this, okay? And if anyone even twitches, he will come over and tap gently on your back, on your shoulders, okay? And then you lean forward and they whack you. Okay? So that everyone knows if you move at all, you'll be beaten up. Everyone, including women. They beat up on women. Can you believe that? And so when I heard that, I said, well, I'm going to work harder at my back muscles. And so they whack you. Okay, and they proudly show. I saw it on the wall. They hang on the wall. They said this is the style of the wooden sword for the Chinese Chan, and then Chan. Each school, the 5 Chan schools in China. Each school has a different styles of wooden swords. Okay, and then there's even, I swear to God, Xin, you remember that? You remember? I remember, I think there is a Japanese samurai sword, very sharp. Did you see that on the wall? You lie a little. No. So sometimes the proctor is in a bad mood. Instead of using wooden sword, he could have a choice of the Japanese katana, the real samurai swords, and pull it out and chop your head off. Violent, very violent. I love it. Chan practice about violence. You move, we beat you up. You wimps. So anyway, in the Chan hall, you sit facing the wall, okay? You look at the wall, that's it, and you move. The proctor, he sits there. And then the head of the Chan hall, okay? His seat is about this, and it has its own like size of palanquin, the thing they carry. The Chinese people, when you're nobility, when you go anywhere, you have to do this chair, that wooden box here, like a coffin. Okay, and there's 2 people, one in front, one in back. They carry you on the back, and the two sticks, long sticks like this. And in the middle, there's your seat there. Okay, and it's covered seat to protect you from the sun, the wind, and so forth. And they carry you. And so this guy here, there's a Chan hall here. I saw that in a video from a Zen temple, and the guy is like a big shot, old, like 120 years old. Okay, it's like he couldn't hardly move, but when he walks like this. When he sits like this. Didn't move. All right, and he sits there. So the students, the practitioners, they sit facing the wall, but he sits facing the room so that he can see everyone. Anyone who moves, and the proctor fails to notice it, he said, "Hey." And he would direct the proctor to beat up on any of you who moves. I love the violence. So exciting. It's like I like to have my turn as a proctor. Walk around. He was mean at me yesterday. I watch him more closely. Anyway, okay? And that's Chan practice. I used to laugh at it. I said, wow, how ridiculous it is that you have to brutalize people. It's so un-American. But now I understand how much it makes sense, because it's about fighting this urge of yours to move, to twitch. Any questions or comments? Okay? Fight. Chan is fighting. I used to laugh at it. I said, wow, how ridiculous it is for the Chinese, the Japanese to beat up on people, to brutalize on people. I would not ever dare do that, because here in the U.S. we get sued, for brutality, abuse of Chan students. And so, remember that. Your sit is a struggle. Struggle, fight, not to twitch, not to move. All my men's side, this morning. They all, it only took them 5 minutes, they're all like this. And after a while, they add things, We find an excuse to reach around, grab something, cover the legs, whatever. It's all sort of excuses you all have to move and to twitch. But for some people, that's a good thing. You naturally, some of you will move involuntarily. That's normal. Okay? Don't need to fight that. Let it happen. That's the exception. No need to fight that. Actually, because too many of you, especially in our sits, in our temples, your involuntary twitching there is a very good thing. All right, that's all you need to know. Questions and comments? Fight! Don't lean forward, don't lean sideways, don't lean back. Fight, it's that simple. Sit there and fight. Not moving, not leaning forward. Even, especially when you're sleepy, fight for 58 minutes only. Any questions? Okay, then yes, one.
Thank you, Master. I have a question about the quantity and quality. For example, if I set up the reciting 108 times great compassion mantra, it takes so long. Sometimes I reciting is okay, but sometimes I'm in the middle of reciting, it's getting boring. So many long thoughts arise. So one day I trying to just only 21 times reciting great compassion mantra and meditate. So which way is good for me? Like 108 times read many thoughts arise, or just 21 times short reciting great compassion mantra and have a time to meditate. Yeah, which way is quantity or quality?
Oh, you poor thing. There's so many thoughts that arise when you recite a mantra, right?
Yeah, if I recite 108 times.
Yeah, 108 times of a mantra, that's so many opportunities for thoughts to arise. And you do it every day, that's too much. Once a week, like Saturday morning, is good enough. Why are you so vigorous? It's too much. What are those thoughts of boredom? What are they?
I don't know, but sometimes reciting the great compassion mantra and feel kind of boring, so kind of little bit shorter, like fall sleep. But yeah. I at the time, I just wake up and then I decided the starting again. So kind of takes a long time. So
yeah. But let me go back to the original question. What is the thought of boredom? I've been through that too myself. I was taught to recite the mantra, Great Compassion Mantra, 108 times. How long does it take you to recite once, beginning to end?
I calculate just one time and then 45 seconds.
45 seconds? That's not bad. That's pretty good. Okay? That's not bad at all. That's how a lot of people I started at that as well. But started with over 1 minute, and then I got faster to 45 seconds. And then I got even faster at 22 seconds. And then I was practicing a bunch of kids in Master Heng Chang there in Orange County when it was still a Long Beach monastery. And then the kids were much faster. They were doing at 13 seconds. I was doing at 22 seconds. So I came up to him and said, how can I possibly be an adult and these kids are beating me, they're reciting faster than me, something wrong with me. So I asked for permission to go into seclusion. I went to seclusion. I recited every day, morning till evening. And eventually, after 7 days, we have pretty good support at our temples, at Master Hsuan Hua's temples. And I brought it down to 13 seconds after 7 days of reciting every single day. I wake up, I recited. Until lunchtime, I ate, came back, recited. Until nighttime, slept a little, and then got up, recited. 7 days like that, and got down to 13 seconds. And then I couldn't go any faster anymore. I'm trying to tell you that the more you recite, you'll be faster naturally. Okay? And then eventually, a Bodhisattva taught me how to recite faster. So I got it down to 5 seconds. And the fastest that Master Heng Chang's kid, his best students, if they weren't cheating, because a lot of them cheated, as you can imagine, okay? They could be divided into groups. I have one small group, the smallest one. There's a middle group that no one supervises, and Master Heng Chang has the eldest group. The middle group is about the teenagers, and they don't listen to anyone, so we leave them alone. The smallest group is my group, which is about 11 years old to 12 and so forth, about 4 or 5 of them. And Master Heng Chang is 17 years old, okay? So they have all the advantages, all the tools and techniques. And so his group, okay, his best student was doing about 6 to 7 seconds. One time. Took him 6, 7 seconds. And this is Vietnamese kid. And it was pretty impressive. So I took my boys to seclusion with me, because my boys were doing about 14, 15. So I felt confident to bring them to seclusion with me again, so we came back to that townhouse in West Covina here, about 15 minutes from here. And we went to seclusion, and for about a week or so. And then one of my boys had a toothache. At 9 p.m. at night, he said, Go Te Sư was my Dharma name. It was given to Master Hsuan Hua. I was just a novice, so I had to Go Te. And so, Go Te Sư, I have a toothache. And this is at 9 p.m. at night. And so what am I supposed to do? I said, there's nothing I can do. We have to wait till in the morning. So I tell you what, let me teach you how to fix it. So I taught him to fix it using our mantras. And he recited for about an hour and a half, and the pain went away. Same thing. We have a lot of tools. So we were at Long Beach Monastery. There's this Vietnamese monk who had a sciatic nerve pinching because his vertebrae were dislocating. It happens to a lot of people. So it came out, so it pinched the nerve. Sciatic nerve is your vertebrae column, your back, right there, your spine here. Okay, the disc is dislocated, so pushed against the nerve. He's Canadian. He has a Canadian passport. So, and so he was scheduled to go back to Canada for surgery, which basically, because he has free health care over there, and has no free health care here in the U.S. So he's waiting for a chance to go back there, and couldn't even move. Okay, so it was very painful, 24 hours a day. So I went in there and said, "Don't tell anyone. Let me teach you. Let me show you how to fix it." Okay, so I taught him how to fix it, and he recited the same Dharma I taught the boy, YongHua, and then the pain went away. Yeah. Anyway, I don't think the ungrateful monk ever remember I saved his life. Didn't have to go back to Canada. Anyway, so he recited. My boy recited. His name is YongHua. He now returned to lay life already. Has a Vietnamese girlfriend. I think he's Taiwanese. Yeah. Anyway, and so after an hour and a half or so, the pain went away. So the following day, I said, "You still need to go see a dentist." He said, "No, it's gone." So a lot of our practices that I transmitted to you, by the way, are basically helping you develop those skills to heal yourself. So anyway, so we were on our retreat for about 7 days, and we were well stocked and everything. After that, that boy, YongHua, was able to recite the Great Compassion Mantra, and it would take him about less than 5 seconds. No cheating. Heng Chang's boy were all cheated because we were so much faster than they were, and they couldn't go any further. So they, just typical of them people, they claimed they was faster. But anyway, it's a face thing. The Vietnam people, very, very face attached to face, miên zi. So they asked me. I said, "Go Te Sư." That's how they call me over there. I said, "How fast can you recite?" So the boy would walk around. Okay, would walk around all day, and because we have a contest between the two groups of boys, and say we're going to recite 300 Ta Bei Chos, the Great Compassion Mantras, every day. Okay, so they all cheated. They never could do it. It's too long for them. So I'm trying to tell you, 108 times is nothing yet. So we did 300 times a day, and my boy would take him about. He would walk around all day. He walk around and look at things. He's 9 years old, 10 years old. He's not going to sit there all day. And he walk around. It would take him about 35, 40 minutes to do 300 times. Do your arithmetic. 300 times. Okay. You take 30, you divide 300 times by 40 minutes or so, I don't know. How many seconds is that? Huh? 40 minutes, 35 minutes. Every day is different on this boy. 8 seconds? Okay, so it's about 30 minutes then. So he's doing about, on the average, about 5 seconds, 5, 6 seconds. So Heng Chang's biggest boy, best boy, is 6-7 seconds. My boy is 5-6 seconds. So he came to me and said, "So, how fast can you recite?" "I can do it in half an hour, 300 times." I said, "Well, that's not bad. I can do about 2 seconds." I said, "Really?" "Yeah." I said, "In a good day, I can do 1.5. 2 is my average. Seconds. Tick tock, tick tock. Your mind is capable to be that fast. Okay? And there's a technique for it, which haven't transmitted to any one of you. It was taught to me by a bodhisattva. Anyway, maybe by the time I die, I should teach someone. Now I want to be the only one who is the fastest on earth. So keep reciting. Okay, there's a way to do it. But you discover that when you go into seclusion, you do one morning to evening, then you see naturally you'll be faster. And you eventually, there's a principle behind it. I could do it faster than discover it faster because I was taught about it and it was confirmed. I was doing that and that's what's happened to me. And the Bodhisattva came and we talked and he says, there's a principle behind it. I said, "Yeah, you are right. I agree with that because that's what happened to me." Okay. So anyway, naturally it'll be faster. Don't worry. Okay. Keep at it. Stop false thinking. All right. How did we get here? Anyway, there are lots of fun things you can do. So again, there's a reminder for this 1 hour sit here. Every time you come, whether it's Friday night or Saturday morning, fight for that 1 hour. That's all it takes. And you see, wonderful things happen. You fight better when you're here. Okay? You get better results. Okay? And then after I got to 1 second, 1 second or even faster, I asked the Bodhisattva, "So what do I do now? What's next for me?" And it's funny. And then I told the senior monks, Master YongHua disciples, the senior monks, I said, I can go very fast. And they said, "I don't believe you." You're nervous, therefore you must be lying, because I can't do that, therefore you must be lying. Anyway, they all laugh at me, saying, "What's the point of reciting fast?" I said, "You recite fast and you do your quota and then you go and goof up the rest of the day. I find it pretty good. Okay? My homework is 300 times a day and then the rest of the day I can goof off." So anyway, they don't have that technology over there, by the way. Master YongHua, he never. I don't think he's that fast himself, Master YongHua. It's not about speed. That's what, when I asked the Bodhisattva, his level is not high. So I asked him, "So what now? I can be this fast, okay? I can be faster and faster, and then what?" He says, "I don't know." I never had a chance to go further because at the time when the senior monks of disciples of Master YongHua heard about it, they all laughed and said, "Yeah, you're lying." And then some smart Alex, this idiot Caucasian monk, snickered and said, "So you recite fast, and then what?" Let me tell you what. I haven't done it, but I understand now. If you can do that, I put you in seclusion. I allow you to go into seclusion for 3 years, 1, 2, 3 years. After you come out, you fly. You become enlightened. And you can fly. I mean, like this. And you become a dragon, and you breathe fire. It'll be a cool thing. And I can say, yeah, she's my disciple. Little dragon lady. I called a small woman in Korea, dragon lady. Okay, if I were allow her to do that, she has a chance to become a real dragon. But it's not ever our real intention. My intention is, I want you to develop your wisdom. All those things, the flying things, the fire, and the spiritual penetrations. It's too soon for you to have them. You don't have enough wisdom. It's just like you don't know anything about money. I'm going to give you $1 trillion. It's going to destroy your life. You would know what to do with it. It would not be a bad thing, but it's not necessarily good for you. Okay? All right. So cultivation is fun, folks. And I have a house here. My disciple gave me a house in not too far from here. And I plan to use it down the road to allow people to go into seclusion so that they can fly. I might go in seclusion so that I can fly and visit you in Orange County, in New York, go shopping in New York, Paris, go to Naples for Neapolitan pizza. How about that? It would be so cool. You get real things, you don't talk about it. You fly there and you eat pizza and you come back. You don't say, I can fly. I believe I can fly. Questions and comments. It's real. I'm telling you, Chan. I'm just boasting today for fun. I'm telling you, Chan is a lot of fun, and the reason we don't stress it is because it's so much fun that you'll be too enamored. You'll be stuck on having fun instead of opening your wisdom. Because if you're able to fly, next question then is, then what? What are you going to do now? Fly around? Fly around and then what? You're wasting your time. Okay? Fly to the heaven. Okay? Pick up some heavenly gold. Listen to heavenly music. Come down, transcribe it. Become a great composer. Something real, concrete. Okay? That's what you do. But the biggest drawback with all those things is that you will be stuck. Once you have so much fun, it's very difficult you become attached to it. You think you're so special. Okay? And you forget about the big picture is Buddha can fly, he can do all those things, much, much more than that. Because he's never attached to it. Got that? All those things, the flying, the spiritual penetration, the gold, making gold appear, and so forth, it's not for you. It's to help others. This is the spirit of this practice. In order to get there, you don't want to be stuck with small temporary things because it's too easy for us. It's like we teach you not to drink, okay? Because when you want, drinking is fun, let's face it. It's a lot of fun to drink. But once you enjoy the drink, you'll be stuck with drinking. Does it make sense? You're stuck with smoking. Huh? You're stuck. Questions? Okay? It's about wisdom. There's nothing wrong with having those things, those spiritual penetrations, those reciting faster and so forth. It's a natural evolution. Don't be stuck, that's all. Okay? This is what happens, and the Bodhisattva who helped me, who confirmed my discovery how to recite fast, okay, and we agree on the principle behind it. What does it take to get there? How do you develop it? He's not high enough to help me go beyond that. And people around me were not high enough, so they talked me out of it. I could have been flying by now, already. Lucky thing for me, I can't fly. Because that's all we're going to do around. As soon as you come, the Master will fly around. While you're meditating, I fly around. Hey. How's it going down there? Okay? It's a lot of fun, folks. Chan is so cool. Okay? We have these tools here. Keep practicing. And it's my job to remind you, to help you avoid those pitfalls, okay? Because there's so much more that you can get out of it. And one thing that's for sure is you get healthier and healthier and healthier. It's very important. No? Your body is dying. No one dares face it. And when you do Chan, you're slowing down your decay. And if you have some skills, you actually are reversing it. And that's real benefits. That's what makes you better, superior. Because you're fixing yourself. You don't need to depend on a doctor to fix your problems. You don't need to talk to a therapist to fix what's going on in, all the mess in your head. You don't need to take meds to control your urges. Okay? All right. I don't think we have enough time to go into today's talk about the song Enlightenment. Any other questions? Besides, will you teach me how to recite faster? I say, maybe someday. It's not that hard. Okay? It's a principle behind it. It's a Chan as well. It's too bad. It's too bad that I didn't take that path because people didn't know. They didn't understand the practice. That's why they will stop you. They stopped me in my path. Okay? Okay, so today's lesson, I remind you, fight. Just that's it. It's very simple. Doesn't matter what you do during the week, okay? Saturday morning, for example, for today, fight your laziness, and Saturday morning I have to get up this early again and drive to the temple. Okay? Get to the temple and fight for 1 hour, okay? That's fundamental. It's for your own good. It's good for you. It's good for your family. It's more. It's so beneficial, a lot more benefits to your family than you realize. It starts with that. You benefit yourself, you benefit your family. All right? That's it. Fight, and fight. Very simple. Don't move. This very simple principle of not moving right there is chant. I finally understood why the Japanese taught their people that way, the Chinese taught people that way. It's that simple. We're not going to beat you up. It's much better than me just having you look at the wall and face. Just proctor yourself. All you have to do is resist your urges to twitch, to move. That's all. To lean forward. You're sleepy. I was sleepy this morning, but I fought. I had to fight too myself. Okay? That's chant practice. Don't think chant practice, master must be, above it, beyond it. No, your body is constantly under attack, is constantly evolving and changing. And therefore, chant is about learning how to fight it, okay? And retain control of your life. Okay? Yes, too.
Thank you, Masters. I have a question. My brothers and his wife is carrying a child, and they're driving a Tesla. And then he kind of live far away from where we live, and every other weeks he would come and visit. The drive is about an hour. So Master mentioned that Tesla the EV vehicle is not good for us, especially baby. So is there any way? Except for not driving a Tesla, is there any way to preventing or helping them with the child development? That's my question. Thank you, Masters.
Okay. For that magnetic field that the batteries, the Teslas and the EVs in general, has a huge battery underneath. Okay? It's from bumper to bumper, basically. Okay, it's a huge battery there. So, and the magnetic field is like this. There's no way for you to block it. There's no known technology to block it. So, each one of us is also a magnet. Okay, we are magnetic by nature. The food we eat, for example, replenishes our magnetic field. You know that? The vegetables you eat, okay, replenishes that magnetic field of ours. This is why we need nutrition. The nutritionists don't understand. They think it's only, atoms and so forth. No, it's also magnetic, okay? And so when you yourself is a magnet, okay? You sit on this bigger magnet, much more powerful than yours, so it messes up your own magnetic field. And that's why, okay? This is a sad thing about the engineers and scientists of the world, okay? I believe some of them know that it's not good for you, but yet they all certified EVs to be harmless to you. Give you another example, okay? If you have a house near the transmission lines, those big, what do you call that? Steel structures, okay, with the transmission lines, okay. More and more, the developers are buying land around it, okay, to develop townhouses and condominiums. I would never buy a property there. Never, ever, because it's 24 hours now for you. Here in the EV, as long as you sit within that field, magnetic field of the EV battery, it messes you up. No two ways about it. Okay? So you save some money, okay, with the EV, and you save your environment, but you're messing up your brain, you're messing up your body. And especially for children, they don't have enough skills, they're not strong enough to recover. So I would never, ever let my children ride an EV. Never. We're going to buy a Tesla because it's so damn cheap nowadays. Okay? But it's for adults. We will never allow children to ride with us. Because for us, we have giant skills, we can recover very fast. When you meditate, you are reinforcing your magnetic field, you repairing it. Okay? So that's why we're not that worried about it for ourselves to drive an EV. But for children, they cannot repair themselves. Okay? So therefore, I would never, ever, doesn't matter how strong they are, how healthy the children are, I would never let them near an EV, let alone ride one. Never. It's not worth it. Okay? Yet, no, I cannot quantify it for you. Okay? But in principle, your magnetic field is being messed up, meaning that that you live under those transmission lines. It's a magnetic fields are being messed up. Actually, your cells, your organs are mutating. It's so dangerous, and you pass it on to your children, your mutant cells, and soon they're going to become ex-children. They become blue. The skin has a blue hue. You know? What's her name? Jennifer Lawrence. In X-Men, there's a girl with blue skin. Oh. Okay. I'm sorry, I don't know any way except don't expose them to it. I would only have an EV for adults. Okay, when we buy our Tesla in Gold Forest, eventually we buy one. We keep it away from children. Okay, and would never allow children to ride on it. Never. I would not even allow them to go near them in any extended time period. Never. Let alone half an hour or an hour. We recover when we do chant, when you drive EVs. I have some of my disciples have Teslas and have EVs or hybrids. My disciple has a hybrid. I ride up there. I used to ride up there. It took us about over 5 hours straight. Okay, it would take me about 6 hours to recover. Okay, and now I'm too busy, so I fix it myself. I don't allow it to. The EV cannot affect me, not anymore. Okay, but before I wasn't paying attention, so I would take me about 6 hours, 8 hours to recover, to be fully operational. You know, like when I speak Dharma here, when I'm not 100%, okay, so the thoughts are not clear, so it doesn't come out right. Yeah. And so I can't afford to wait anymore. So I basically do not allow the EV magnetic field, battery magnetic field to destroy, to affect me anymore. But I'm different. I have different skills than you. So instead of flying, I'd rather do that. I'd rather, shield the magnetic field. But there's no known technology that can help you shield it and yourself against it. It's no known. Okay? All right. Just avoid it, that's all. People, don't do it to young children. You're messing them up. You're harming them. It's harmful to children. I told some of my students that, and they don't believe me. There's nothing I can do. Just check for yourself. Drive your EV, like from here to up north, and you see when you get there, you're tired. It's not the driving. It's the magnetic field on the EV battery that messes you up. It's very bad for you. That's why, to me, and this is nothing personal, Elon is evil because he's killing a lot of our young children. Pregnant women, I would never let them near an EV. Never. Okay? Thank you, everyone. Let's go to lunch.